This is a project that has been in the making for what? Hoodie, months?
Oh, yeah.
Plural?
Oh, yeah.
Months, plural?
We've been talking about it for a while. It's difficult to keep under wraps, too.
We've been trying to keep it low key, trying to keep it chill. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of, we don't even have a series name for this yet. We don't even know what we're going to call it yet, but I'm so excited. This is what I've been geeking out about and being like, I'll tell you soon. I'll tell you soon. I'll tell you soon. Hoodie and I are teaming up to give you the Rocket League news, the scoop. What's going on in esports? What's going on with the Rocket League, with teams trading? We're also teaming up with Shift. So me, Hoodie, and Shift, okay, the three of us have all created this Uber baby to make a show where we talk esports. We talk Rocket League esports. Dude! Oh, it feels so good to say it out loud. Say it, Hoodie. We are
going to be talking about any and everything RL esports, Rlcs. We got roster trades.
Yes.
We got player drama. We got everything. Shift is going to hook us up with the latest and greatest news, rumors, stats. We're going to have it all, John.
Slay
it's going to be so much fun.
Slay it, dude. Yes. This is what I've been so excited about. So here, let me tell you how this journey all started. It was actually me who reached out to Shift originally. And I was just like, I want to make a news show. I love doing Sandman news. I love doing news. I love like talking about Rocket League. I'm passionate about it. But I know nothing. I am terrible. I am so stuck in the past of like knowing original G2 team. Like that's like where my mind like stopped. All these trades were happening and I'm like, I can't follow along with this. I'm old. And then I slapped myself like a couple months ago. I'm like, dude, every time you go to an event, John, when you know the players on the team, because I know a lot of these players, a lot of these pros, it makes the game so much more fun.
Yeah,
it's the most enjoyable thing in the world. And I was like, listen, I know I come from a casual. I know our community. Look at me. I know our community. We are more casual, right? We've always done more casual things. But I'm like, there's no reason why we shouldn't be able to enjoy this esport to the top of its ability, to humanize these players behind it just being a person on a team, right? Like a sports team. Yeah. You actually get to know them. You meet them on this show. We talk about them. We like humanize these people and we get to make a show about it. And that is where Hoodie comes in because I, just like a lot of you, not all of you, some of you are very probably excited about this. A lot of you don't know what's going on in the scene and don't keep up to date with it. And that is changing today if you're interested, which I think you will be because we got Hoodie, who literally, I mean, I'll let you speak for yourself, but you do this full time on stream, right? Like this is
absolutely. We were talking about it, John, and you said this funny phrase. You said you live it, sleep, breathe, eat, and I was like, you know what? That's exactly right. Every weekday, I'm streaming 10 a.m. Eastern time, and I'm talking Rocket League news. I'm talking what's going on. We talk about the teams, the trades, some of the performances, this player entertaining a new team, whatever, you know, even some of the silly stuff like the tweets after the game, you know, we're theory crafting. We want to see, are they looking for a new team? What's going on? So I am here to help catch John up to speed, catch you all up to speed. And once we get moving, I'm telling you, it's going to be so much fun. John said it right. When you are invested and you know what's going on around the scene, it's so much fun. Now we know there's a lot of Rocket League and there's a lot of teams nowadays. Yeah. And that's why we built this show to make things a little bit easier, hopefully break it down into like bite-sized information that you can consume.
Yes.
And we're going to catch you all up to speed.
And we look good, bro. And we look good.
Dude, we look good. We got the suit jacket on.
Like, come on, man.
Like, we're going to make it accessible and make you all just Rocket League esports fans. That's the goal.
That is the goal. And honestly, just bringing it all together with myself, Hoodie, and Shift, we need your help on a name. Like I had some, you know, like some fun little names. I was maybe just going to bring Sandman news back, but it's not really news. Like it's esports, it's Rocket League, it's fun. So please, I think the most important part of this show, whenever we come on together with this, is that there is us chatting. I want it to be how my channel has always been, where comments are not just like, oh, streamer's never gonna read. Me and Hoodie are gonna be like patrolling it, like answering questions, being a part of it, saying, oh, that's a great, my favorite part about YouTube is reading the comments and getting into it. And that is what I want this show to become, just an open forum where we can all chat about things that are going on, crazy trades, oh, did you hear about this? I want to be in it because when I watch the next RLCS that I'm at live in San Diego, I want to know every single player who's playing. I want to know where they came from. I want to know what's going on, what the drama is, what the scoop is on everything, who's got beef with who, and why this game matters 20 times more than just the last one. I want to know why there's so much on the line. Oh, this kid couldn't get here because he couldn't afford this flight, but guess who came up from the scene to pay for the flight? And like, I want the connections, and I'm just like, dude, I'm like,
the storylines.
I've been like not sleeping because I've been so excited about this. Yeah, storylines of real people who like I care about. Like, I love this scene. You all know I love this scene. But you know, I can only get so good at the game. And I hit my plateau.
Reach.
So what do you do when you can't join them and become a pro? You talk about the pro.
That's it. That's it.
All right. So I think that's it about us, right?
That's it about us.
All right, we are shifting gears here. Hey,
there it is.
All right, so where do we start, Hoodie? Because obviously, you know, this is just a introduction show. This is just us saying hi. Here's what's going to be happening. Whatever you want to talk about, let us know. But what do we start with, Hoodie? What is RLCS?
We are jumping in 1/3 of the way through the RLCS 22-23 season. All right.
Yes, I know that.
The season is broken into 3, and we have already completed the fall.
Okay.
The major was in Rotterdam.
Yep. And
we actually had Gen G, a North American team, win it. Now, there's some extra details around that team, John.
Yeah.
2 of those players are actually from Europe. Noli and Appjack moved over to the North American region in the offseason, and they teamed up with an up-and-coming player named Chronic, who has proven himself in the ones arena when he was a little bit younger. He's played on a few teams and got a little bit of success, but he's never been top 5, top 8 area. And John, you know what they did?
Won it.
They were in the regional finals of every single regional in North America. They ended up winning one of them, and then they went and won the major.
That's okay. So see, I didn't know all that. Like, I know them. I know the players. I follow them on Twitter. I love seeing, like Nolly, and I think Appjack just moved to Texas. Like, I keep up with it. I love it. You know, they moved in with, I think, Roldiz maybe, or like, yeah.
Oh, look at that place too, man.
Dude, their place was sick. Oh my God,
so
we gotta show that. We gotta show that. Like, just a quick little video clip of that. Show their place. Look at the place.
It's incredible. It's such a view, so beautiful.
Yeah, that is sick. Congratulations, boys. Dude, I already love that. That's just like things we want to talk about. We just throw in there. Who cares?
Absolutely. It's so much fun. I'm a person that loves when these players get opportunities.
Yeah.
Not everybody's going to take a chance on a player like Chronic. He got that opportunity and he freaking went after it. He's in the finals of every event. That team is just incredible. Yeah. Now they won the major. I mean, so much fun there. But we're going to keep going, all right? So we're going to quickly and briefly try to bring everybody up to speed from the fall split. We're not going to touch on every single team from every single region. We don't have time.
We'll dive in.
We're going to talk about the major and kind of give you a little bit of backstory of how these teams got there. So number one was Number 1 was Gen G. Number 2 was Moist. They lost to Gen G in the finals. And Moist is that team that we all know and love. And they were John, Rise, Joy, Ovatira. Okay?
Yeah,
but it has slowly disintegrated.
I was watching this happen. Yeah, this was kind of crazy.
It's so sad. Vatira left in the offseason. He joined Carmine Corp. But Moist, obviously, still a great squad. They pick up Astral, and now they find themselves as a second-place team at the major, battling some adversity, still playing well.
Yeah, I mean, second's great. That's pretty damn good, losing Vatira. And so, okay, so let me just ask you, if this throws you off, tell me to shut up. Just be like, shut up, John. So where did Vatira go? Vatira went to K-Corp.
Vatira went to Carmine Corp.
Okay.
And that was there was a lot of controversy around that because that Moist team or that Queso team was so good, right? Everybody was cheering for them. They came up out of nowhere and just went crazy.
I know.
And then he decided to leave, but he joined a French org. He speaks French and
the comms. That's what I heard.
Joined alongside a couple other French-speaking players. And while they weren't, top 4 here at the major, they're still a great team. They perform really well in their own region throughout the fall, and I expect them to continue to play well moving forward. We'll keep rolling. 3rd and 4th.
Yep.
FaZe. And let me just go ahead and tell you, John, FaZe is kind of dubbed the name 4th Clan because they just can't really seem to get past 4th place. But
boys.
on the flip side of it, they never fall below it.
Yeah.
And I know that the community kind of has this joke and this meme and they're kind of roasting them. But John, how many teams would love to get 4th every time?
Oh,
right?
God.
Like there are so many teams that wish they could perform that well.
Absolutely.
And so I know that those players are not satisfied with 4th place, 3rd, 4th. I know they're not.
Right.
But I got to say, from a personal perspective, that's tough. That's difficult to consistently perform at that level in the Rocket League esports space because it's freaking hard nowadays, John.
Well, it's like watching, like I always like the G2, or wait, no, the NRG team, right? Like recently just like watching them struggle with like, what's going on with us? What do we need to do? We need to change things. They got rid of Sizz. I had a whole issue with that. But it made, I mean, listen, if it helps them like change things up, so be it. You got to change some things up. But it's kind of like that thing is like, how do we get out of this rotation of just doing the same thing over and over? You got to change something. So is FaZe changing anything up, or are they sticking to it?
So FaZe definitely has changed a few things, and it's crazy because even throughout the changes, their results have been extremely consistent. 4th place. So
that's the meme.
It could be a good thing, it could be a bad thing. I don't know how you look at it, but either way, FaZe is still 4th place, 4th clan. Maybe one day they'll break through to that top 2, or maybe get a dub. But we also have another team that I want to talk about, John. Team Secret, and this is actually a South American team.
No, Victoria.
And they were the 2nd seed. Now listen to this. Throughout the South American fall split, the same team won all 3 regionals, and it was not Team Secret, it was the club, excuse me.
Right.
And Team Secret kind of came out of nowhere. Nobody's expecting this, featuring KV1, an incredible 1v1 player.
Yeah.
And they just went absolutely crazy. They played a very unique style, very defensive.
Yeah.
And they made it all the way to that 3rd, 4th slot, which, like I said, nobody was giving them that credit. That was really exciting to see as well.
See, and let me just stop you for a second.
Yeah.
I did not know any of this. And I watched it, and I was like, oh, this is awesome. Like, cool. Like, I haven't really heard of them that much. But like knowing this, like knowing like how out of it or how shocking this was would make these games 20 times more exciting. That's
exactly right. When you see those, when you know that that's an upset and you see that team, overcoming obstacles, proving everyone wrong and showing that, hey, maybe they're not underdogs. It's just so much more fun.
Like when if FaZe gets 3rd, 2nd, 1st, I'm going to lose it. I'm going to freak out. I'm going to like, yes!
They did it.
They did it.
So we'll keep rolling.
Yep.
And the way these next placements work is they get removed from the tournament kind of at 1 round at a time. So we have 5th through 8th, which is all kind of the same thing.
Right.
And that is going to be Carmi Corp, which is where Vatira went. Version 1, Oxygen, and Team Liquid.
Was version 1 surprising there? Because weren't they crushing it like a few months ago? Like
I think this is fairly, if they had made it up to the finals, it would have been fine. If they make it top 8, that's fine. If they go below that, I think that's kind of underwhelming, and I think fans would have been disappointed.
Yeah.
But I want to go ahead and put a pin in that question, John, and we'll come back to that a little bit later in the episode.
Yeah.
Oxygen, put a pin in that one as well. We'll come back to them. And Team Liquid. Team Liquid, a young team. John, they actually were not eligible to compete in RLCS until last season, the last split. And it was just because they were too young. And guess what, John? They get into RLCS.
Yeah.
Their very first split as a team, as players old enough to compete, they make the major, and they did pretty well at the major as well.
Dude.
So Team Liquid is definitely some young guns, lots of talent on that team, definitely one to watch out. They're so much fun to watch, John. They are full send, full mechanics. They're so fast. It's so much fun.
Yeah. Dude, and they're half our age.
They're literally half our age, John.
Probably even more. I'm probably like old enough to be one of their fathers.
You could be their dad. You absolutely could.
All right. You heard that, Liquid.
We got 9th through 11th.
Yeah.
So here is where we have a couple, or we start seeing these teams kind of underperforming and they're not satisfied with their performance.
Totally.
We have 9th through 11th is G2, Team Power, and Space Station Gaming.
Yeah, what? Wait, okay, Power, as much as I love Power, I was on Power I love Power, but like that's kind of not surprising, right? 9th through 11th?
Right, that's actually kind of a good performance for them in all reality.
That's like, get them in there more. But SSG and G2? That's shocking. That's weird.
G2, John, they actually barely made the major. They had to perform really well in the last regional just to qualify in that 5th spot.
What?
So G2 kind of in a little bit of a shaky zone right now. They still got the same roster.
Right.
Atomic, Chicago, JNaps.
And they crushed. Didn't they win the last one?
Uncertainty.
The one before, like the last Worlds?
In Worlds, they were 2nd, right? So
World 2nd, yeah. Oh, yeah, you're right.
We're expecting a lot from them, and they had a decent split, but they had one like pretty bad hiccup, it put them in a tough position where they were struggling to make the major, but they did it. Now, Space Station, they made a change this offseason, and I'm sure you remember because the community went absolutely wild, right? They kicked Rlcs.
Yeah.
Holy moly.
Yeah, that was not, I wish we had our show then.
there was a lot going on around that, but they pick up a young man named LJ, lots of talent. He's been on a couple of rosters that have been decent, top 8-ish, played with Gimmick. We all know and love Gimmick. But now he's on Space Station, a team that's contending for top 4, top 5, maybe even finals. But unfortunately, they didn't make it all that far in this major. And they did not make any roster changes, so we'll see if they can bounce back.
Yeah, they might just need some time to glue it up,
That's so funny, John. I was actually talking about that exact thing on stream today. Sometimes I need to give it a little time. They got to build that team chemistry, right?
This will be a good telltale sign, and especially for these esports teams are very impatient, and understandably, I think that's kind of how the sports world. Scene. It is. It's just all right, you're not working out, figure it out. And we also have to always remember that esports, and I've said this on Twitter. I've said this a couple times. Esports is a business, sadly. As much as we all want, just like the Moist esports, right? It was fun to be chanting the names, making all the chants, and then Vatera leaves. What? After there's this new fan base for them, and we love Moist Critical, we love Rizzo, we love the people behind that team, and we're wait, what? Gone?
I know. It's heartbreaking.
Business, baby.
Business, baby. So let's keep it rolling. We got 12th through 14th, which is the club.
Okay.
Team Falcons and Quadrant. Now, Quadrant is a team that is a relatively newly formed team in Europe. It's a new org. We're excited about that. I think they got some ties in the F1 area. Lando Norris. I could be off base there, but I think that's right.
What's up, Lando?
And then we got, now Quadrant, I want to say, John, is not too big of a surprise. I thought they may have gone one round further in the Swiss, but hey, they're happy to be there.
Right.
A couple of players for their first time attending LAN, Ixo and Cash, both great players, but I'd never made an RLCS LAN before, so an accomplishment in itself of getting there.
Yeah.
Not too surprising one way or the other. But Falcons and the club, a little bit of an underperformance. We've seen the Falcons, like you just said about Moist, lots of fandom for Team Falcons. We're so excited to cheer on that new MENA region. Yeah. And the club has quickly garnered a lot of fans as well because John, they went crazy. John, there was a regional, listen to me, there was a regional in SAM where they didn't drop a game.
A game, not even a series, just games.
A game. Let me. I want to confirm before I go too crazy. Let me confirm, but I'm almost certain.
Yeah, take your time.
They didn't drop a game.
Check it out. Let me
check it out. Let me check it out before we keep going.
Get 100% fact.
I'm looking at it right here on the screen, John. They did it without dropping a game.
Yeah.
They did it without dropping a game. They go through Swiss 3-0, 3-0, 3-0. They get into the main bracket. They go 4-0 against True Neutral, 4-0 against In-Game, and 4-0 in the finals against Team Secret. So the club, I'm telling you, they were rocking and rolling in Sam. There was there was so much hype around this squad, John. I can't properly describe it. It was one of those. It was very similar to Falcons, right? That team is coming from a region that is a little bit still growing, still developing, and you didn't know where they're going to be able to take that step. And unfortunately, here at this event, they kind of fell flat. Now they're
nerves, man. I mean,
it's probably part of it, but their brother team from Sam, KV1, Team Secret, they popped off and ended up in that 3rd, 4th spot. But the club, who there was such high expectations with, unfortunately, they didn't perform well. And then we had the 15th, 16th spot. Yeah. Now we have James Cheese, and James Cheese is Kami from OCE, Virtuoso from Europe, and they both moved to the APAC region to team up with Rlcs. Okay, so we have a 3-region team forming together.
Let's go, man.
Let me be honest, John. They have been farming APAC, okay? They are destroying that region. Of
course.
They are going crazy. And now this was the test. When they get to that international stage, how do they perform? And unfortunately, the result was not too much different from the previous APAC teams. They didn't end up getting any wins, and they fall out 15th, 16th. But I do want to say this. They looked competitive. They played some teams close.
Right.
They scored more than they used to.
Good.
And I'm optimistic that James Cheese can grab a win, maybe 2 throughout this season. We're going to see, but I think they'll definitely be at every major. Now, the big problem here, John, is Pioneers. Kansas City Pioneers was coming off of a hot season last season.
They were
did well.
annoying.
They had some upsets. They beat BDS one major, John. They went crazy.
I remember that.
And now, John, this was, I got to be honest, it was an abysmal performance. It was really, really bad.
Yeah.
And they were dissatisfied with it, which I think will be a good transition to the next phase. John, we had some crazy roster moves in this offseason, waiting from fall split to the winter.
Yeah, this was I don't even follow Rocket League like this, like the trades. And I just was watching Twitter, this looks fun. How do I
It was crazy, man. It was wild. You know what was so funny, and you'll know exactly. It was a constantly developing story.
Yeah.
Right? What you knew 2 hours ago may not be true anymore.
Just insane. Just back and forth and back and forth. Oh my God, is this person going this place? This person going to that place? Like all the teams were falling apart, it felt like.
Yeah. And I want to say, just to kind of cue everyone in, this is not just players.
No.
There's contract negotiation issues. There's buyout negotiation issues.
Yeah.
Some orgs may not want to do what the players have in mind. You know what I mean? There's so many layers to this, and it's a very complex web of issues. And look here, John, when we got these, inter-regional changes happening. Now we got visas and stuff involved as well. And so it's a complex thing. And I think that's something that a lot of us don't understand. We think that it's as simple as like, hey, I want to play with that player. Come on over. And it's not that simple. There's a lot to it.
And they're young, man. A lot of these players are so young. Can you imagine being 15, 16, having contracts in front of you? Like, who knows what your parental situation is? Like, if they're, to help you out, or if they even want to, they might hate. A lot of parents are like, dude, go to school, bro. Yes. Like, go to school. Like, stop doing.
How intimidating would it be, John, to have multiple thousands of dollars, if not tens of thousands of dollars on a line, and like
make a decision?
That's a lot. That's a lot of stress.
Oh, you want to play with your friend?
I wanted to tap in on that real quick because, like I said, it's not as simple as it may seem from the outside looking in.
Yeah.
So I want to say that to just hopefully encourage the community to be a little bit more empathetic to these players. Totally. It's a tough time when they go through the trade window. It's very stressful.
A little bit more empathetic. Not
a little bit more.
Not
empathetic.
too much.
Now, I'm not saying don't have fun.
Keep doing your thing.
Soak it up. when we got moves happening left and right, it's fun. It's enjoyable.
It is fun.
But we can also be a little bit more empathetic and understand that, hey, it's stressful for those players.
They're humans. Yeah.
They're humans. That's right.
Listen, I know this is a lot of information, right? This is going to be a lot. I told Hoodie, I was like, dude, when we started this episode, I was like, we're going to have like a little 10-minute intro just talking about it. We're at like 20 minutes. Like, we know this is like overwhelmingly a lot, but honestly, it will be so easy to follow when I'm asking the questions of the casual side of the community of like, yo, what happened here? What happened here? And if we all like, I'm just excited about this, Hoodie. Like, I'm just pumped to like hear more and know more. But we'll have episodes coming out. We got to talk about trades, all the trades that went down, because now we know our team setup. We know what we had last split coming into this. We know what's kind of going on and like where things are going. But we have to talk about the trades next episode.
Got to.
We have to talk about everything coming up. We have RLCS coming up in what, a week and a half?
That's right.
A week, maybe even, like by the time this episode comes out. So RLCS is coming up. What else, Hoodie? What else do we have? We have so much more to talk about.
Well, you hit on those trades, and John, I got to tell you, if these people are not tuned in, they're going to be surprised because you've got some of these teams that performed really well.
Yeah.
That still made changes. So if you want to know what's going on, and like John said, it sounds like a lot, but I'm telling you, once we get caught up to speed, it's going to be a lot of fun. It's super exciting when you know the backstory and you know this player was on this team and now they're over here and now they're kind of rivalry, whatever that may be. So tune in next time. We'll cover you, catch you up to speed with the roster trade window. It was wild. Okay. I cannot stress it enough. It was absolutely wild. All right. You do not want to miss it.
I want to learn about it. I'm excited. I'm excited to hear you talk and to tell us all about it.
For the folks that are excited about RLCS, the first RLCS matches that you're going to be able to catch are January 24th. And you got an NA tiebreaker, okay? And then that very following weekend, January 27th, is going to be the first official RLCS event for Europe. Tune in because that's when it kicks off, John.
Yes, thank you all so much. Make sure to follow Hoodie. I'll have his Twitch link in the description. Go follow him. He talks about this stuff every morning on his Twitch stream. Or 5 days a week, right? 5 days a week?
That's right, 5 days a week, Monday through Friday.
Monday through Friday. Also, go give Shift a follow on Twitter. They are the ones breaking all the news that we will be talking about. Any of the trade things that are going down, we'll be bringing up on the videos. That will be through them. And thank you all so much. Make sure to click the subscribe button. Hang out with us. And if you want to check out more, please show up again. We'll see you next time. Peace out, everybody.